Gentleman yields. The gentleman from Michigan, Mr. Huizenga, is now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I apologize for my tardiness. I was in the Budget Committee testifying on our debt commission that I think is also another significant issue for us. But thank you, Director Chopra, for coming. I've got a couple of topics I want to cover this morning. I ask for concise answers on this. You've been employed by the U.S. government for about a decade, is that correct?
Yes, all told.
Okay, and holding several senior positions throughout that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You've served on the FDIC's Board of Directors since October of 2021, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Since you've been a director on the FDIC board, were you ever made aware of the July 2020 FDIC Office of Inspector General report on the sexual harassment charges that were happening at FDIC?
I can't recall when, but I did review prior to coming to the board all of those reports that the Inspector General and others had issued on a wide range.
Had the IG run you through those and the board? I mean, who made you aware of those?
Well, prior to being confirmed, I personally reviewed all of those for the CFPB and others as well to prepare. I do have periodic discussions with the Inspector General about that. And with respect to implementing any recommendations, the executives of the corporation do file periodic reports about where things are. So, we try our best to ascertain where the issues are.
Are you alarmed by the FDIC OIG's findings of underreporting and fear of retaliation at the FDIC?
Yeah, and in fact, at the CFPB, we actually implemented a number of new steps to make sure that there was many ways for employees to report these issues. As a risk management perspective, you want to be able to be sure you're getting these complaints, and every agency is trying to do.
Okay, well, maybe not every agency is trying to do that.
Yeah, well, I think I can speak for the CFPB.
Okay, well, so you're speaking for yourself, and you are saying, as I'm hearing, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, you're saying you took your experiences and what you witnessed at FDIC, you're trying to improve CFPB's operations and those kinds of things, correct?
Well, sure, and
okay.
And other agencies.
Sure,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, I've been, and I think a number of my colleagues have been a bit critical of your role in ousting the last chair of the FDIC and sort of what happened there. Why weren't you as concerned or as aggressive with this particular chair?
Well, to be clear, the last chairman resigned. There was an issue about
okay, there was significant palace intrigue behind that.
Well, there was a violation of law in my view and others, but I know that's not what you want to get into.
Violation of law. I mean, we've got some very, very serious charges with people at the FDIC, including this chairman, and whether he knew and whether he was involved or how he was involved. So why not take that same passion to the FDIC?
Certainly, any type of these issues are serious. The board has created a bipartisan special committee that will have full authority to investigate it, to hire outside players, to determine was there appropriate actions taken, and to identify what needs to change.
Okay. I'm going to remind some of my newer colleagues, it wasn't that long ago we had another head of an agency, the FHFA, Mel Watt, our former colleague on this committee, who was before the committee to discuss allegations of inappropriate behavior, and it was a bipartisan effort then. I hope the discussion of the FDIC is a bipartisan effort now. As chair of the Oversight Subcommittee, I hold our government officials accountable, and I hope and expect that the FDIC chairman and others are going to cooperate fully. Let me turn very briefly here to a recent enforcement action of yours. Mr. Barr had brought this up earlier about the CFPB using the fine print, pop-ups, drop-downs, different sort of criteria as labeling that abusive. Now, in this instance, the company in question was following state laws in which they were operating in, and while your agency did not accuse the finance company of breaking any laws, you still went forward with an enforcement action. Last night I sent you a letter
That's not
on this
true.
specific
We
issue.
did plead a violation of law in the complaints. Every enforcement action, and if it's being litigated, has specific allegations of what law is being violated, and that will be adjudicated.
Okay, well, last night, my time's expired. Last night I sent you a letter on the specific issue, and I expect to respond in a timely manner. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Gentleman's time has expired, and thank you. It's good work as Oversight Chairman. Gentlemen.